Now everybody say hi, YouTube. Once again back in my NTV crib. This is my Weevil breeding tank. Oh my god, he's on the glass. My borer. He's right... Can you see my finger? He's right here on the glass. See this black dot right there? That's a borer beetle, ambrosia beetle. It's a fake weevil. Sorry, it's technically a type of... It's in the weevil super family, but not in the weevil family. And I don't know where everybody else is. There's a carpet beetle and a cloverleaf beetle in there too. Wait, they need names? They do need names. And you'll find out how you can name them soon. Let's just say there may or may not be a Weevil-related YouTube channel in the works that will have similar things to AVNJ's adventures, but phrased like sort of Pokemon and completing the Pokedex by going on adventures to find Weevils. And as we find the Weevils and capture them, we'll learn about them, and you guys get to name them in the comments. So if you're interested in that, be ready. There will soon be some Weevil content on the interwebs. All right, let's look at some crappy aquariums on a much less happy note. I think this qualifies. Classic. I don't even know what that is or what that is. I know that's an arowana. I have no idea what those two are. What are those? Probably just a popular monster fish that I have absolutely no idea of. I was watching David Dobrik's house tour on Architectural Digest, and they willingly put this sadness in the video. Okay, I used to... This is a bit of a confession here. I used to watch David Dobrik. Once upon a time, I did watch David Dobrik videos. There was probably like a month where he would post every day. This was before things happened and came out. He would post every day, and I would watch every day for like a month, and then I sort of fell out of it, you know. I think a lot of people used to like him, so maybe it's not the worst confession. This was a while ago, and it was before anything came out. But I do remember that one of the things that like I would see in his videos and was like very off-putting to me was that they had this like betta fish tank, and they would show it off in the videos. There were a bunch of videos that they had that like would show this off. This isn't just something that happened once or twice. Like they've had a bunch of these bowls with a bunch of different fish in them, and you would see, like, I would watch, and like a week later there would be a different fish in the bowl. Like, was he hiring someone whose specific job was to replace the betta every time it died so no one noticed that it was a different betta, even though they'd be like a different color or even like a different breed? Don't know if this has already been posted, but no. Oh, okay. Yeah. Poor goldfish, man. What did they do wrong? Is this like humans' payback for Asian carp? Asian carp invading America, destroying our rivers. I think they've killed someone by jumping out of the water so fast and hitting the person in the head. This is how we pay back Asian carp, by inbreeding their relatives and then keeping them in tiny prisons. This is our payback against the invasive Asian carp. Call of Shitty Aquarium. Oh, we saw that. Oh, Jesus. Goldfish and... is that an axolotl? This is rough. This is really rough. Is this an axolotl? I don't know enough about amphibians. Does not look good, though. 4 goldfish and whatever that is. Local golfing range. Looks 50 to 60 gallons. The biggest pleco I've ever personally seen. Bro, my local fish store as a kid had one of these. My local fish store as a kid had like almost 2-foot pleco in like a 50-gallon tank. Like the pleco fit left to right in the tank barely. Like when it tried to turn around, it had to like bend its spine totally to turn around. Like a 45-degree angle. It's crazy. I don't know. It's like, I know pet stores get relinquished a lot of plecos because people buy them and then they get way too big and people are like, well, I can't take care of this anymore. So it's good that they give it back to a pet store rather than like releasing it in a local river and creating invasive species, even though around me they can't survive. But I mean, Jesus, pet stores have some big plecos. My roommate's tank. If it's intentional that the water is low, this isn't that bad. Oh, there's a betta fish in there. It's not the worst. Can I say that? Okay, hear me out. Water column level, like vertically, shouldn't matter that much to a betta fish. Like, I caught betta fish in puddles, like under leaves. Like, you would, if you watched the Malaysia video, you would know, like, basically there would be a pile of leaves and it looked like a little wet because it had rained, and you could dig the net through the pile of leaves and find the fish. Like, as long as their qualifications are met, temperature and, you know, oxygen and all that, which is pretty specific, it's usually not that big of a deal. And I feel like this is plenty of room, bigger than the average, you know, puddle that you're finding them in. I don't think the vertical matters that much. That being said, you could just fill the tank and it would increase the water quality because you have more of a buffer. So there's no reason not to do that. But I don't think this is that bad. What matters is the filtration. If you're trying to reach natural levels, yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. It's like, literally, I don't know how to explain it to you. Where we caught wild bettas were like puddles of tannic mud. And when I say puddle, I mean like all of the water would not fit in this cup. Would fit in this cup. And there were multiple betta fish species living in it. Like, you got a betta embellus and, you know, a betta Persephone in the same puddle. 55-gallon food tank with accessories and fish. Hey, it's not the worst yet. It's kind of ugly. Yeah, sure, just take on this. I'm sure this will not cost you anything more than the aquarium. You definitely will not be putting yourself into years of large fish care. On paper, wait, well, hold on. On paper, I own my own house and live with my pet. IRL, I live in my car with a fish. I don't think on paper you own your own house. What? How does that, what? Hold on a minute. You own your own house is the same thing as living out of your car? I don't think you can legally say that. I think you're just making things up. Ace Hardware, really. Froggy's Lair. Totally awesome frogs. Feed twice per week. Frog food included. Frogs humanely bred, raised in USA. Classic. It's the African dwarf frog thing, where they're just absolutely tiny. Told this story before, but we had them as a kid on our backseat of our toilet. I never realized, and it's because of advertising like this, by the way. Like, parents don't just go out and seek abusive environments for pets. Like, no parent wants to teach their kid that. But when you have advertising like this that makes it seem so friendly and kind and humane, yeah, frogs humanely bred. What the fuck does that mean? What regulations are you following that makes something humanely bred? And even if they are humanely bred, where's the comment on the humane tank? Yeah, this is just the kind of thing that's like, it's meant for a parent to see it and be like, oh my god, it's so good for the kids. It'll be a good lesson for them, taking care of something that's easy, and, you know. It's the same reason my parents did the same thing. It's just manipulative marketing where they know people who don't know any better will do it, and they don't have to spend extra money on actually doing anything humane. Found on TikTok. Oh geez. Oh geez. Oh geez. The classic starter aquarium. This is if a kid could build their aquarium with an unlimited budget. A SpongeBob decor with a shitload of clownfish. So if you guys don't know anything about clownfish, they have a mutualistic relationship with anemone. Anemone. If you've ever seen Nemo, you would know. They kind of need that, so I don't know if, you know, Mr. Krabs or SpongeBob in here is going to provide them the same services as the living anemone, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that he's not going to do that for them, which means this is doomed to a swift death for that school of... Is he using a phone to smooth out the sand? What an awful idea. You know how hard it is to get sand out of electronic devices? Are they even using salt water? What was the point in the bag? Are they adding salt? What? It's fresh water? Wait, surely I missed the part where they added salt, right? Surely I missed the part where they added salt. No, yeah, they smoothed it out with the iPhone. Yep, sure, put the SpongeBob decorations in. Okay, just plastic. Nope, they're just pouring water out of a pot. Yep, okay, cool. So that is a freshwater clownfish tank. They were already gonna die. Now they're just gonna die faster. The bags to prevent the sand from going everywhere? You're so right. That's actually a good call. They did something intelligent. They prevented the sand from coming up everywhere. Too bad the tank is made of fresh water and they're putting clownfish in it with no anemone. Anemone. I fucking hate this word, by the way. I know it's a meme in Nemo, but I actually can't say the word. Customer asked for a Betta tank so that customer asked for a Betta tank that she didn't have to change the water. This title is confusing. I don't even know what that title means. Stepdad's fish tank. Classic. Big pretty goldfish. You know, maybe my standards are too much lowered from looking at this crap, but it could be worse, right? This is okay. It's not good. Maybe it's not okay. Sorry, it's not okay, but it's like, it's passable. We can live with this. We could get by with this. In comparison to everything else, criticizing this to me feels like a vegan criticizing a vegetarian. It's like, bro, I'm on your side. Like, I'm trying here. Like, this shit exists. People are doing this. You know? It's okay. It could be worse. Not the worst, but it's bad, yeah.